This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Oh, yeah, she's out of everyone's league. Thank you.
Wow, that's a clip from Spare Parts, which is a new movie that's in theaters tomorrow, and it's starring the one and only, the producer, he's a quadruple threat, have to be.
Okay.
The big screen, the TV screen, the stage stand-up touring, the radio personality, now the producer as well as the actor. How many threats is that?
That's 6, yo.
Yes.
There's a lot of threats in that.
That's a lot of threats, and rightfully so. He's from the West Coast. The one and only George Lopez is here, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey.
Shade.
Yeah. Shade
Happy to be
4-5.
here. Happy to be in the shade.
Shade 4-5, man. That's
Shade
the
4-5,
joint,
baby.
yeah, man. Yo, George, man, it's good to see you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me in.
Absolutely. This movie is interesting because I didn't believe, I thought it was fiction because it's a group of like 4 Carl Hayden High School students.
Right.
They win first place over MIT in a national robotics competition.
They create the robot with PVC pipe that one of the kids had on the side of his house.
Yeah.
They went to thrift shops and looked at little kind of cars or motorized cars that they had, and they got the motors from that.
Yeah.
And then they designed and engineered all of the wiring to it. And then they decided because that there might be an opportunity to get some jobs or some grants from entering this Navy competition, that they would go to Santa Barbara. And they went to Santa Barbara, and then they saw that the line for colleges was smaller than the line for the high schools. And the kids thought, if we beat one college, we can feel pretty good about ourselves.
Yeah.
But if we lose to high schools, it kind of hurt.
Yeah.
So they didn't even expect themselves to do well. And then in the competition, they did extremely well. When you see these robots, man, I mean, it's like you see those robots cost $20,000 to $30,000.
Yeah.
And theirs was under $800.
Under $800. And also what makes this even more amazing is all of these guys were undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, undocumented. And so when they did win, they set up a scholarship fund for them, but they could not get the scholarships because you had to have documentation or papers to get to be eligible for the scholarship.
Yeah, and were they Mexican?
They're Mexican kids.
Mexican,
yeah.
So they could put together, machines.
Oh,
I mean,
come on, man.
That's like second nature, right?
Come on, I'm surprised they didn't redo all the other ones.
Right?
Yeah, like, hey, you guys having trouble with the speed of that one? Bring it over here, man.
Right?
Go get me a butter knife. What are you guys doing over here with this?
Yo, I learned so much about Mexican culture by watching your comedy over the years.
Oh, thank you.
And I grew up on the West Coast in Oakland, so blacks and Mexicans is just pretty much the same thing.
Black, and my grandmother was anti-black.
Really?
And hilarious to boot. Like she would say, I don't want them in my house. And I'd say, well, what if you're not home? And she's like, oh, well, then I don't know. But if I'm here, I don't want them in the house. Yeah. She was crazy.
Yeah. She was anti-black. But Mexicans, look at you, bro.
I'm darker than you are.
You look
at that. That's my grandma apparently wasn't looking at me.
Yeah. She didn't know, or either that or she never really liked you and you didn't know.
Maybe she didn't like me. Maybe she just thought I had conked hair. I was black myself.
Okay. George Lopez is here, man. Now you play Freddie Cameron in this movie.
I play the teacher of the kids. Yeah,
the teacher of the kids.
And
man.
I produced the movie. I got the script in 2008, and then it went through a couple different variations. But I wanted to make the script more like the true story. I didn't want these kids to look at this movie and say, "Man, what did they do to our story?" Yeah. So when they redid it, I made sure that the writer spoke to all the kids, and the closer it got to the real story, the better the movie got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very strong, and here's the thing: I haven't had a movie come out in the era of social media this strong.
Yeah.
So the social media response and the action and the activity of Spare Parts is only second to American Sniper.
Wow.
Like we're and Kevin Hart's out there doing Wedding Ringer, so he's got a tremendous 15 million Twitter followers, but we got a little thing going. We got a nice flow going.
All right. Well, I want to talk more with you. I know you work with Kevin too on
Real
Husbands
of Hollywood.
Yeah, I want to talk about all that. George Lopez is here, man. 888-742-3345. Give us a call.
Sometimes at night I can still feel it when I'm sleeping.
That's George Lopez right there, man. That's man. I love you on stand up, man.
Thank you. My grandmother passed away in 2009, and when I do my stand up, I could still feel her like she's alive with me.
She's alive with you. You know, Heather, he and I have a lot in common. We have a share with the world.
Talk about it.
You know, my daughter is a champion equestrian. You know, and his daughter and my daughter, they
rode together.
They rode together. So
ride or die chicks.
Ride or die chicks. So, hey, let me ask you this: never in my wildest imagination did I think I would be in the world of equestrians and our kid, right? Yeah, you know.
Did you get out of the car or did you stay in the car and watch?
Well, initially I used to stay in the car and watch while she trained, and then it was like fascinating to see my daughter, like she jumps now, you know what I mean?
She jumps.
And then she started bringing home these first place, ribbons and all these different ribbons.
They love it. It's good for them, man.
Yeah, but it's bad for our pockets, man.
Hey, you know what? First I rented a horse. And then they said she outgrew it and she'd be better if she had her own horse. Then I bought a horse.
Yeah.
And then she got older and she outgrew that horse. Then I bought another horse.
Yeah.
And the first horse got old and I sent it to Santa Barbara to eat all day and be retired to just retired.
Yeah.
And then somebody told me, I heard your daughter rides horses. And I said, yeah. And they said, man, be careful because you never want to own anything that eats and shits while you sleep. That's where all the money goes.
Yeah.
How much do horses run you?
It's in like $100,000 a year. It's in 6 figures.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
What about in the old days when you used to take a horse a sugar cube? That shit wasn't that much. Whatever happened to a carrot? You know?
Yeah, right.
Take a kid, take him an apple. He didn't even care if it was already half eaten.
Yeah, right.
But the saddle has to be ordered, and the saddle comes from England, and then the boots, and then the time, and then the trainer, and the food, and the
it adds up.
Yeah.
It adds up. George Lopez has joined us. The new movie out tomorrow, Spare Parts. Make sure you pick it up. George, can you join us for something we call Celebrity Wire?
Yes.
Let's do it. Tracy, what you got?
Well, George, we got fellow comedian Bill Cosby in the news, which is like his new home. So one of the 26 women.
You know, can I say this?
Go ahead.
I'm not going to say anything other than I think Bill Cosby could have gotten women with just the charm. That Bill Cosby, you would just be able to just get a woman just by doing that. I want you to get comfortable because I'm going to put my robe on. Yeah, you don't need a cappuccino. You just get into the thing.
That was awesome. Well done. Well, this is what's going on with him. So out of the 26 women, there's one, a model. Her name is Chloe Goins, okay? She has the most recent case, because I know a lot of women, it dates back to 30 years ago. In 2008, she claimed...
What's her name again?
Chloe Goins. You know her?
Oh, that bitch is crazy.
Ooh. Well, this crazy bitch, she says that back in 2008, she was at a party at the Playboy Mansion where she met Cosby. He slipped something into her cup. And then all of a sudden, she woke up completely nude in a bedroom, and Cosby was down on his knees, sucking her toes and masturbating. So now in 2015, she's filing criminal charges.
George,
I know you ain't supposed to go silent on the radio, but I'm sorry about that last 7 seconds. It just gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah, do all comedians
suck toes?
Yeah,
we do. And you know what? The benefit is when the girls got actually the baby toenail. We don't see a lot of the baby toenail because it falls off. I don't know where it goes, ladies. It burns off or falls off. But you still paint the skin red. But it's not still like having the nail there.
I can't.
Get me away from George.
Okay, so
but if they have little hairs on the big toe that come out, that is I'm gonna say that's a turn off.
That's a turn off.
The little baby hairs coming out.
Yeah.
All
You got
right.
toe hairs in your
Now,
throat.
venturing into the world of talk shows, after only being on The View for 4 months, our girl, friend of the show, Rosie Perez, she is leaving.
She's out?
Yeah. Now, she's supposed to be spending all of January doing a Broadway play called Fish in the Dark, but it's being understood that she will not be coming back to The View, to that table. And people don't really know why, but there's some speculation. It's saying that there is a mixture of hard and soft news that she couldn't really get a hang of. It was also reported that she had trouble reading from a teleprompter. Yeah. I'm not really sure, but if we want to do some type of judgment, listen to her as she interviewed Nicki Minaj.
Oh, darling, and what I love your bravery. I love that you embrace your sexuality. I think that it's amazing because as women, we have that right. And I just love the name of your new your third album. It's the Pink Print, and look at that.
Oh, she high. No, I'm kidding.
No, Rosie's great, man.
Rosie is great. I don't know the reason, but I will say that doing a show every day, you guys know, it can be a grind, and if you're not used to it, it can overwhelm you. I'm not saying that happened in her case, but in situations, it's really tough to get notes every day and to change things and do this and do that and so I'm not gonna say.
All right, Tracy G, thanks for that Celebrity Wire.
No doubt.
You can reach Tracy G.
Who else?
online.
Nobody else is in trouble.
Go ahead. Go on.
Always
Beeb.
people. There's always people in trouble. Do you know this
Beeb
woman?
Mexican throwing eggs at people's houses.
No.
I think Bieber's Mexican.
Because he threw eggs at people.
Drive drunk, throw eggs, always hang around his calzones.
Yeah.
Tattoos all over his arms. Mexican.
Bieber's Mexican.
Bieber's Mexican.
You know this for a fact, or you just sense it?
I think everybody's got a little Latino in them.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But do Latinos have small penises?
Yes.
Because,
Yes, we do. Sometimes the hair is longer than the penis.
Damn.
Wow.
I'm gonna say. Can I say that?
I have no Mexican.
Scientific.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy G. George Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
I love all of you.
Come back on the show, man. Sway in the morning. We love you. George Lopez. Check out Spare Parts in theaters tomorrow.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.